Do this tonight as you drift off to sleep, and you will be joining the 0.1% of people on the planet who know about this secret technique that Neville Goddard taught his students last century, which created miraculous results for him and for them too. So as you drift off to sleep tonight, there is one subtle but enormous shift that I want you to make that's different to how you normally fall asleep. When you make this subtle but huge difference, it will completely change what your subconscious mind processes for those 8 hours or so while you are sleeping, which in turn will completely reshape your waking reality. Neville Goddard knew about this. He was teaching about this in the 1950s. Here we are today, and there's still so few people who know about it, but now you're going to be one of them. Most people, when they lay their head on the pillow at night, they might be thinking about what they wish was different. They might be thinking about how much more money they wish they could make, the house that they'd rather be living in, the job they'd rather be doing, the car they'd rather be driving, the partner they'd rather have next to them, right? But they're thinking about them from the personality, from the identity, from the emotions, from the vibration of somebody who absolutely does not have it right now. So they're radiating not have. They're not radiating I have. And so what does that feel like? Maybe you can think about a time when you've been tossing and turning in bed at night, thinking about the things that you want, but feeling so yucky because you don't have them right now. I know I've had many nights where I've felt like that. And what does it feel like in our body? It feels like stress, anxiety, sadness, frustration, loneliness, any of the above. Now, imagine doing this one thing differently. Imagine you're lying in your bed tonight. Everything is as it is. Nothing has changed yet. But you use your imagination to imagine that it has all happened. That you do have that much more money in your bank account now. That you are so loved and surrounded by love and support. That you are living in this place that lights you up, that refreshes you, whatever it is that you want. What would be different in terms of how you feel tonight? As you drift off to sleep, how different would you feel? Just imagine it now. You wouldn't be feeling stressed or frustrated or lonely or sad about it. Your heart would feel lighter, right? You'd be feeling giddy and excited like a kid on the night before Christmas or your birthday. You'd be feeling proud of yourself, fulfilled, successful, excited for the next day. You'd perhaps be brainstorming about what you could do with these new resources that you have, or what you're going to do tomorrow because this is your life now. Suddenly, your whole body is flooded with different energy, different emotions, different vibration, different frequency. And your subconscious is being fed a totally different message. No longer is your subconscious being fed the message of, we don't have what we want, we can't have what we want, we never get what we want. And all of a sudden, your subconscious is being informed that, wow, we are so blessed. We have all of these things that we've dreamed of. It's normal for us to have these things. Here we are living this life. All is well here. We're safe to have what we want. Because, sometimes we might feel that it's not safe for us to have what we want. Whereas you're actually, by doing this, rehearsing with your subconscious that here we are, we're practicing it now. We've got these things and here we are and all is well. What's amazing about doing this just as you drift off to sleep is that your subconscious mind opens up wide just as you're drifting off to sleep. It's as your brain changes frequency, as you go from waking to sleeping, you enter the Theta state temporarily. And that's like a state of hypnosis. So imagine, there you are, as your mind is going through this Theta state, you aren't feeling lack. You aren't repeating the same patterns, feeling the same way, focusing on what you don't want. And instead, you are being, albeit temporarily, albeit for a few minutes of your day, you are being and feeling like the person, the version of you who has everything that you've ever wanted, where it's all worked out, where all is well. and where you can relax and even have a wonderful sleep because all is well. You drift off to sleep, that has been fed into your subconscious mind. And then what's amazing, you don't even have to use any effort here. What's amazing is that as you sleep, your subconscious mind is processing that all night long, digesting it, rehearsing it, normalizing it. And it will figure out ways to get you there in your waking reality. It will put you, you know, those things that you can't explain, those encounters that you can't explain, that series of events that just guide you there, breadcrumb by breadcrumb, one step at a time. It's because your subconscious mind has been given a new GPS location, a new North Star to aim for. And it is so much more powerful than our conscious minds. Our conscious minds are like, how, trying to figure it out all with my conscious mind. Meanwhile, your subconscious mind controls 95% of what you do, what you notice, what you see, what you think about habitually on autopilot. That's how powerful it is. And it's so much more powerful than we even consciously could ever be aware of. Because here we are right now, trying to fathom how powerful our subconscious minds are with our relatively, no offense, tiny little, puny little conscious minds, right? Neville Goddard was teaching this. Neville Goddard changed situations against all odds. Even my own mentor, Garrain Jones, read about these Neville Goddard teachings when he was in prison. And even while he was in prison, you imagine this, you think, oh, it's difficult for me to feel free and feel happy and feel good now when my current situation is so stressful and difficult. Garrain Jones was in prison practicing this technique. You could have said it was impossible for him to feel free and happy while he was there, but he realized in prison that even if he is physically bound by the walls of the prison, in his mind, he can choose to feel free. He practiced feeling happy. He did it day after day after day. So much so that the energy in the whole prison changed, by the way. Violence levels went down. He actually had a positive impact on the prison, on the people around him, because of the power of one person changing their energy and their focus and persisting with that. And then after a short period of time, he was told that he was free to go because the amount of heroin that had been found in the back of his car, that, you know, he had been paid to do a job. He didn't know what he was smuggling. It turned out there was heroin in the back. He had been originally sentenced for a certain quantity, based on a certain quantity of heroin that they found in the trunk of his car. Then 2 years later, he's in prison. He's practicing this new mindset technique, this new energetic technique, feeling like a free man. He gets called into the office and told, oh, we've retested the heroin, by the way, for some reason. And we've found that there's way less. Most of it was fake and just a tiny bit of it was real. So you've already been in prison 2 years. You've already done enough time in prison for the amount that was actually there. You're free. So instead of serving something like 13 years, he served 2. Now, how does that actually make sense? How could you plan for that to happen? How could he, with his conscious mind, have gone, how can I get out of prison early? Maybe this is the way. He could never have come up with that, right? But his subconscious, who knows how the subconscious works? Who knows how this universe works? But he practiced these Neville Goddard techniques, practiced feeling like a free man on the inside. And as Neville Goddard says, if you do that and you persist with that, then the external world has no choice but to rearrange itself to match according to your internal world and your energy. So give it a go tonight. I've got plenty of meditations on this channel. And yes, on this channel. Sorry, my mum brain is a little bit ooh. What was I saying? There's I'm not even going to cut this out. There are plenty of meditations on this channel that you can go through that will guide you through the process to go from waking to sleeping focused on what you want. So that's why I've created these guided meditations to help you through that process. If you enjoyed this message, if this was for you, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, hit follow, hit 5 stars. If you want to share this with somebody else as well, go ahead. Till next time. Bye.